Greetings and salutations. My name is Cherri Brunson and I'm currently a student at Liberty University Online, completing my final presentation in Studies in Interpersonal Communication, HSCO 508. Today I am going to talk about interpersonal communication, the overarching goal, behavioral blend, background, barriers, noise pollution, and plan of action that I have learned throughout this semester. What is interpersonal communication? Interpersonal communication is the exchange of information between two people, ideas, thoughts, emotions. There's a direct correlation between your communication and the quality of your life, according to Stewart. Communication is a continuous, complex, and collaborative process that can be verbal and nonverbal. We don't communicate alone. We need one another. Interpersonal communication can only happen when both people are willing participants, willing to listen as well as talk, in such a way that it maximizes the presence. Let's talk a little about the foundations of interpersonal communication. The foundations of interpersonal communication consist in two parts. Again, listening and talking. We refer to listening as inhaling, the same that we do with our breathing, and talking as exhaling. Okay, let's find out why we compare listening and talking with breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Remember, every good conversation starts with good listening. My overarching goal is to have ears conversation with everyone that I meet, be it the stranger in the grocery store, my coworker, my church family, or my immediate biological family. With fierce conversation, it will allow me to be slow to speak, swift to hear, slow to anger. It will also allow me to be able to effectively answer each person appropriately. Enlarging the conversation. This gives others the benefit of the doubt and will allow them to do the same for you. This form of reciprocal communication, it helps to build a solid relationship. It also helps to set an atmosphere of trust. Once the atmosphere of trust is set, it allows an individual to be able to self-disclose. It also allows the freedom in a relationship. Enlarging the conversation is very conducive to healthy interpersonal communication. The atmosphere also steers clear of inferring, totalizing, and stereotyping of a person. It allows each person to get to know him or her as an individual. I completed the Uniquely You with Carbonell, and I discovered that my behavioral blend is DC, and also expected of me is D. I found this to be very accurate in terms of my personality. Behavior blend is something that is very vital in terms of being an effective communicator as well as leadership skills. An individual should be knowledgeable of what their behavioral blend is. D. D is dominating, directing, demanding, decisive, and doing. C represents being cautious, competent, careful, and calculating. Now I'm going to give you a little idea of my background, and it may help you understand why the behavioral blend that Uniquely You identified me as, which is pretty accurate, has come to be. I am the sixth of 7 children, reared in urban New Jersey, whereas I took on a personality of being somewhat fearless in order to avoid intimidation of siblings as well as others. And this type of boldness, or D blend, has allowed me to develop a domineering type of personality. Let's find out some of the positives and negatives that this personality or behavioral blend has caused in my life. Some of the positives: it has allowed me to be confident. It has allowed me to feel very comfortable when interacting with others. It also is the type where either a person really likes me or they dislike me. I'm seldom that in-between type of individual. I am confident. People feel comfortable knowing that I will take charge of a situation. I strive to win in every situation, putting my best foot forward. Some of the negative influences are not very easily approachable. People are somewhat guarded or reserved when it comes to approaching me because of my candid and frank communication. I am more task-oriented than people-oriented. Let's talk a little about noise pollution and how noise pollution can distort interpersonal communication. Noise pollution are pollutants that can be internal or external. They can occur in terms of internally if a person is stressed, if they're ill. Also, your childhood experiences are internal pollutants. External would be the room temperature. It could be cell phone, honking of a horn, a low-flying airplane, and a child crying. Those are all external pollutants. Noise pollutants, they just distort the communication level. But here are some solutions that can assist an individual with diminishing noise pollutants. You can present ongoing dialogue as well as reflective listening. This will allow you to ask questions. It will also allow you to collect information, and it will allow you an opportunity to paraphrase, which will take away from the internal as well as external pollutants that will distort the conversation. Allowing the listener to focus on the other person's thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Let's talk a little about my personal barriers that I have discovered while taking this course. The barriers include being defensive, interrupting the speaker, inappropriate body language, not focusing on the speaker, and also owning the problem, trying to fix someone else's problems. I am easily engaged in flat-brain tango as well, I've discovered, because when someone has an emotional overload and they're bringing it to me in their level of communication, I can easily get engaged in that and begin to communicate with them from an emotional point of view as opposed to clarity of speaking. My other barrier would be interrupting a speaker when they're talking. Here are some action plans that I will take on to assist me with becoming a more effective interpersonal communicator. I will smile more often, as well as provide eye contact with someone. Also being more observant, acknowledging others and their accomplishments, expressing an empathetic listening ear. I will be more open to others, showing my appreciativeness by using kind words and polite manner, encouraging others with my words, knowing that their problems are not mine to solve. I will be more of an active listener, reflecting what others have to say, indulging in paraphrasing and reflective listening. Being engaged more in nexting in terms of taking the conversation to the next level, and dialogic listening. How to move the conversation to the next realm, enlarging the conversation. After all, that is what interpersonal communication is all about. And pray more. Pray that God gives me the wisdom and guidance in every realm of communicating, being slow to speak and swift to hear. Throughout this class, it has been a wonderful journey, and I am grateful for all of the valuable information I have learned, and I am grateful that this has enhanced my interpersonal communication skills. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Thank you. God bless.